Actually, I think you're still using. There we go. All right. So let's go back there. So Phidiax is two words combined. The term theme, which is a mathematical symbol, which is basically that ratio, is defined as like when you see beautiful things, architecture, faces, sunflowers, the ratio or the curve of that area actually is a irrational number, but is always the same irrational. So if you have a face that's well proportioned, the proportion of the face is that mathematical symbol. So Phidiax is designed to build solutions that are invisibly beautiful. All right, this is a little bit about me. I've done some things. I'm in a bunch of programs at Microsoft. I've never been an employee of Microsoft, but I had a Microsoft badge for 11 years. My primary background is with a product called Microsoft Desktop Server, and I did that for much of those years. And prior to that, I did a little product called here in Denver with a company called Neon called IBM Integrator, and then did 5 years before that spent doing mainframe development with a little company called AttachMate. And then before that, I was in the Navy for 12 years, riding around the world, doing crazy things. Okay, so the idea about this is integration's everywhere, right? It's not just something that happens in the data center, that everybody waits for Workday to suddenly start surfacing sales data or HR data to recipe it right every single day. And I'm going to give you a terrible example. Integration is somebody sitting there taking rows from a spreadsheet and pasting them onto another spreadsheet. It's integration, right? All right. So in this idea, where we're trying to go with this is an idea called the citizen integration, right? We're trying to lower the bar. We're trying to say the typical little things like where I got to copy rows from a spreadsheet from one system to another. Maybe you can make that better. Maybe it could be easier. Don't wait, build and go. Today, you want an integration solution. We open up a project, we get funding, we find a vendor, we do a review, maybe again, all you want to do is data from this system grows into this system, right? Think about the millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars are spent on making that happen, or wasted by doing it by hand because the hurdle to do it is so high, right? Years. All right, so here are some of the typical integration solutions, engines, the big engines, what I call the big engines, right? BizTalk server, right? I built one of the largest BizTalk server farms in the world. 56 processors, 8 clustered SQL database servers, 8 BizTalk servers, right? Kaiser Permanente, that was in 2006. You cannot imagine what that cost, right? Another client I had, someone that has a little store down in Lone Tree. Every single back in the store inside the data center, they have Hyper-V running, and they've got enterprise server that's running, and they're integrating that. All of these solutions, you walk in the door, you're out. I mean, the first thing you're in, if you're under 5 million, you're lucky. And then it's got lots of code. Take your pick, right? It's not something I'm going to have somebody from HR who wants this copy from point A to point B to do, right? They're not going to do that. I mean, yes, it's really great. We have a lot of, idea about making a lot more people coders, but they're not going to be coding like this. They're not going to be navigating an XML document using runtime code that goes and gets a field from it and so on and so forth. Sure, right. Yeah, got it. Because all my users in the company, they all develop, right? How many has 100% developers in their enterprise? I think you have an admin assistant or two. They could be. Not saying they can't. Right? Here's a simple little thing. Customer says, hey, when we're sending these files to this output system, I want it, the file name to have this specific date, time, stamp. This is it. Explain this to somebody, right? This makes no sense, right? It's a bunch of garbage to most people. Oh, and it's at the bottom of it, one line of code. One line of code, right? By the way, this is in a C# module with custom exceptions and error handling, and maybe they don't care if it fails again. I don't know. Wait, let's do it in a graphical manner. This is Microsoft BizDoc Server, right here. This is relatively simple orchestration. It's a graphical representation of it. I can point to every element in there and point to you the equivalent that you would get in a C# class, branches, looping, all of this. You want a one relationship to it. It's really not better. I wrote an orchestration once. It was 7 feet tall when printed, 5 feet wide. I taped it together. They said, let's document your orchestration. Sure. All right. So that's a scary bit. How do we make this better? There's got to be a better way. Yeah, Microsoft Flow. So the idea again, this is the citizen integrator. This is like having everybody participate in solving simple little problems every day. There's no barrier to success. It's, oh, I need to know when somebody does something. We'll cover that, right? What does it sound like? We were, first time I heard about Flow, we were in at a conference in London. We go every year. And we went to Paris. This is the back of a boat in the Seine. This is the Flow. I had to send them a picture of this. This is pretty impressive. But we need to make things simple. We need to make it like a boat in the Seine. Okay. The Flow team sent me a couple of slides. This is one of the ones I included directly, and I thought this was a good example. What are the 4 categories we're trying to solve for this, right? We're trying to get notifications. Hey, my boss sent me an email. My important customer sent me an email. I'm going to copy files from them. They're in the wrong place. Somebody doesn't like that Goo thing, right? Anybody knows me, you know how much I dislike the Goo thing. I want to collect data. I want to see the result of something going on, right? Maybe I want to analyze it. I want to build some kind of automated process. We want to make it so it's like trivial. How do we do that? Wait, let's talk about it. So, sometimes I like to work from home. In fact, I like to work from home so much, I've asked Microsoft Flow to come to the rescue. You're looking at it going, what the heck is that? This is a Microsoft Flow template. That's it.
15,000 times, though. That's cool.
What's that?
Seen it almost 15,000 times. That's neat.
Oh, you wouldn't believe some of these. These are, we're going to see those in a moment. So I'm going to switch to a code view. So bear with me for a second. A few minutes ago, we had a customer call while I moved this over. I had a customer call, and he said, I'm having trouble with my system. I opened and created a flow. I said, when I get this email from this guy, send me a notification on the phone. And it's a Microsoft phone. So that means that it works for everybody. All right, so I'm here, I'm at the Flow site, flow.microsoft.com. And let's pop over here momentarily. So this has got a nice little searchable field here, and it says basically, hey, here's a bunch of templates you can already do. What it's trying to do is trying to like get the user some ideas of maybe what they might be able to do, right? And then there's popular things that the flows can connect to. And here's some examples. Let's just go over to some of the templates. Now, this list is sorted by how many are in use. Save Office 365 email attachments to OneDrive. 233,000 people are using this template right now, including. Right? As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that. Wait, it's difficult. Bear with me. Shows you what you can do. Says, if any of these are red, you got to fix that. So you need to know your user account information for that bit of information. Wait. I pressed 2 buttons. Done. Every email that has attachment is going to go to a folder that I set up on OneDrive.
Just the attachment.
Just the attachment. It's pretty cool. All right.
Can you modify that to add naming conventions around those emails, or do they show up as anything wrong when you look at your OneDrive? Can you discern those certain ways?
I have them go to a particular folder. OneDrive, right? In my connection, I've got the folder defined, right? You want to get fancy, you can edit that flow and put a branch and say, hey, if it's from this guy, send it to this folder. And if it's from that person, send another folder. If it's anything else, don't do anything. Okay, wait. Okay, so now if I'm doing too much coding, go ahead, straighten me out. All right, let's see. Okay, let's do the foreground. Here it is. All right. Now this is one, sometimes I like to work from home. I really want to make it easy that I can work from home. Okay, let me put that back up here. Okay, so let's go back here to templates.
Are you going to do how you do your 7-foot orchestration in here?
That might, it's a possible solution. This one's a pretty popular one. Okay, up here, there's this little finger pointing at something. We'll cover that. Send a work from home email to my manager. How does it know who my manager is? Where am I going to do this? What's going to happen? For it, there it is. Green buttons, 2 clicks. I've already set up most of the connections, right? I'm just reusing connections that already exist. Huh. What do I got here? Oh, phone. Wait. I'm logged in. Let's go to flows. There it is. Flow. Just make things. So this app, Flow, not only the Windows Phone, but amazingly enough, it's on the Android. It's on iPhone. Prices appropriately set to free once it boots. So notice a couple of elements here, right? Shows me what my connections are, tells me who owns it, right? I can add somebody else to own this. I can share this with somebody else. We can both mutually edit these flows. So if I want to make a tweak, like the send emails to folders on OneDrive, maybe I have 2 or 3 people going to go, oh, we got a new guy, we need to put their email in a different folder, right? Up here, every flow that's ever run, I can tell this is Emma, Huda. Every time it's run, see a history here. If it fails, whatever step fails gets red, and you can click on it and see what the error is. Like, you changed your password. It's not working anymore. So, there are no runs. Okay, wait. Here's Flow. This is all the flows that I've made. Same UI. I can edit them here. If it works on the Windows phone, it works everywhere else, by the way. A red button. Send a working from home today email to manager. I pushed it.
Awesome. Good job, man. Are you getting an email?
Oh, I got an error. Uh-oh, what's going on there? I did get an error.
There it is.
Oh, you got
It just dinged.
Happened on my Google phone.
Hey, wait a minute, I got one too.
We know you're on it. Oh, wait, so under the covers, right, this is actually connecting to our gal, and it's actually dynamically figuring out in the gal, my manager. I don't have to configure it, put his name in, I don't have to do anything else. I met my step goal today. But another live notification. So it's the same flow for everybody. There's no, there's no build, there's no deploy, it's 2 clicks. Now, I thought of another one that would be funny. Do you know how things are? Let's say I want to get email from my boss. I'm getting an email from my boss. All right. So I have to click on it to get that to bring foreground. That's not so happy. There. Come to the foreground. There we go. All right. Templates. Let's just search for boss. Oh. Wait for it. Wait for it. Huh. I wonder if he's going to respond to my work from home email. Jason, you're up. You have to respond to my email.
Say no. Just say no.
So I just got a notification. It just picked up his last email. So I just got a notification on my band that he sent me email. All right. What else we got?
Are you able to edit the flows
Yes.
to customize them to your usage, or
Yep.
it's pretty stuck?
Oh, no. Wait. If he's mad, if he says no.
Take down the network.
I got all the keys. Oh, I got an opportunity to do some text analytics if I want to do that. So I don't think I did this one. Oh, I got to do a connection. I need to hook it up to analytics so it can figure out if it's a negative email. So we'll skip that one for now, but you get the idea. All right. What else we got? We got flows like you wouldn't believe. So you can hook it up to an analytics, right? No, another email. Anybody like the global Azure Bootcamp?
It was awesome.
It's been awesome. Let's tell everybody. Oh wait, where are we going to send it? That's the question. All right, I got 2 sessions I got working. There we go. Let's send a Slack. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the editor here because I want to tell it what tag I want, right? Okay, so it's got a Twitter connection. Microsoft Flow. All right, so what's a good search term, right?
Yes.
Well,
Global Azure.
Did I do that right? Oh yeah, I missed the J. Thank you. Well, it was just maybe you guys would have to tweak the wrong one. And wait, sorry, that was HAP Flow.
You had to type.
I had to type. Yep. Here's my flows. So you notice the one, all I had to do was like tweak the connector, and it will go out once it has your account. It went out and listed all my Slack channels. So I just picked the live Slack channel, right? That isn't there, it's not going to let you pick it, right?
Now, if it's a private channel, would let you pick it?
As long as you have access to it, it is your login, and when it's posted to it, right, it shows up under your account, right? Yeah, that was a rough one. Wait, maybe we can do
Now, is there a cost to this?
it's built into your yes and no. It's part of your Office 365 subscription, so if it's included in the subscription, you get it. So it's based on Office 365. It's not Azure, it's Office 365. Oddly enough, though, if you have Office 365 and it's tied to your Azure account, in other words, the subscription is associated, flows show up in the Azure. Underneath this, technology-wise, is logic apps. These are a bunch of pre-built macros that are building logic apps for you. Now, the yes part is they're custom connectors. They're what are called high-value connectors, like connecting to an on-prem DB2 database, or getting data from MQ Series Q, or there's a Facebook connector, there's a Workday connector, a bunch of those where they're really what's happening under the covers is the product team has to license the APIs from the vendor, right? And so they have to pay a license fee. So every time they fire up a logic app, right, there's a license cost associated with that for them. So so they're just passing that cost on to us. All right, so. Okay, so we did the Slack. I did these in reverse. So, but basically, there are a whole bunch of places. You can send it to just about anywhere you want. So, Slack to a SharePoint list, to an Excel spreadsheet in SharePoint Online, to SharePoint, if you want on-prem and you install a data gateway, an Azure data gateway, you can drop it to a file on the on-prem system. There are a lot of connectors there. All right, saving email attachments, right? We did that one. All right, wait, this one was fun. I just did this one brand new. Sorry, go ahead. What's that?
Did you enable that flow connection?
Yes. It'll go to Slack. Anybody got a QR reader?
I do.
Point your phone at this. What is this? You got to point your phone at it. Read the QR code. Oh, you're fine. Who's up?
Can you make it bigger?
Is it not picking it up? I could. Is it working?
Yeah. Connection's not here. So you got a Slack channel as well.
Is that? Oh. Anybody else have the same error? I might have to tweak it.
Work for me. Do you want to launch at 12 p.m.?
I got 2 responses, but you might have your access locked down. That would it look like. So
3 now.
wait.
I'm coming.
Hold on a second. So
Phidiax Slack. I just bypassed it. I'm on that.
right. Yeah, I will in a second. So Microsoft Flow to rescue. This is Microsoft Forms. I've already got the account configured, so it will come up. But Microsoft Forms is part of Office 365. It's currently in beta, but
I use QuickBooks Self-Employed to match.
hold on. Okay, so every survey response, I'm going to get an email.
Can you create flows with your voice?
For what?
Can you create those flows with your voice?
No. Hey, Cortana, could you create a flow? That is awesome. I love that. So here is the form picker, right? Notice it's what about that flow? And that is the name of the form. And in here, this is kind of the dynamic context. So it looks at the previous object, extracts all the JSON structure, and then basically if there's bits to it that it can be used in this step, right? It will tell me. The only thing it really sees that's useful is just the list of notification responses, right? And then here, get the response details, right? And then sends an email to, wait for it. Did I misspell something? Yeah. Okay, here is all the dynamic content from the email. So here's the kind of things that I can get out of it, right? Which is the responder. Okay. And then basically in the email, send me the response. There we go.
Can you attach dynamic documents?
What's that?
Can you attach dynamic documents like a dynamic Excel spreadsheet?
Yes.
So where would you store those Excel spreadsheets?
Where would you?
Okay.
How about Dropbox? How about Box? How about SharePoint? How about Azure Blob Storage? How about sending it to you as an email? See where I'm going? How about a local file system?
But there would be an additional step due to this workflow. Right?
Yeah, which you notice down here.
Yes.
Right? It has looping, it has error handling, it's got logic, it's got all kinds of, underneath the covers, it's logic app. So, all right, that's pretty much about all we have time for, but this is, think about this. Who can use this every single day? Right? I mean, this is trivial. And think about all the people who are dissatisfied with the fact that I really wish it would do X. Why doesn't somebody make it do X? Here, you can do it.
Can these be scheduled, or do you have to manually turn them off and on?
There's a scheduler. Yep, which has got a pretty complex trigger, schedule, cycle, the whole, realm of possibilities. Yep. Or you can make it so somebody can click the button a lot. You can tie anything that you can trigger as a schedule to a button. Right? Think of it as a.
Running like next week, I can say start 21, stop it on Saturday.
Yep.
Well, you just have to function more.
Run on odd Tuesdays that the day of the month is spelled with a T. I don't know. It's not that complex, but the schedule is pretty good. It's your standard. They didn't leave any gaps in that. Okay, we'll take questions, but I don't want you guys all hanging out waiting for me. So, anything else?
There's a raffle.
There's a raffle. Let's go get the raffle. You guys hung out. You made it.
Yeah.
This is it.
So every next door giveaways.
Barely hold myself back from doing it.
So they're just gonna open those partitions?
So you need logic apps and data factory? Small numbers.
right? It's the same deployment on the SSIS. Integration defines bulk SSIS is defined, right? Same thing. Hey, I want to move.